Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our Gurukul sessions. And today is a Tuesday. There is a story session, and as we are continuing the discussion about Mahabharata episodes, right? So all the great episodes of the scriptures, they are like great examples for us how one should live our life, and how one should not, what to do and what not to do, and how one should do. So when the good things comes, it is okay. It is always natural to be like okay, happy, fine, it's nice, I got a good things. But when bad thing comes, how to respond? Like let's say somebody gave a beating to us, then how will respond? Or somebody let's say mistreated us, or something happened which is bad for us, or we failed in the exam. Although we are a devotees, we failed in the exam. Right? So natural question comes, why God is doing like this to me? Right? So generally we question the Lord when bad thing comes. When good thing comes, we don't question. We said, oh, thank you, I am only good. But here now we are reading about how Pandavas episodes are going on. And now you see, just now last week we read about their father's death, untimely death. And especially Pandavas, they're just small children, and there is nobody to care for them now. And now how they respond to the situation and how they go on in their life. So now onwards, the turning phase comes. Till now we saw Pandavas, Pandus, the Dhritarashtra, their birth, and how they all grew up and things and all. But now Pandavas are born, they're being growing up, and now suddenly the calamity came, the problem came in their life. Their father is no more now. Now how the situation is going to come and what all things happen, that's about today's discussion. So when we read these episodes, yes, we should know the details, but not only knowing the details, but one should look into our life also. How get the lessons, how one should respond, how the good people responded to the situation, and how the bad people responded to the situations, same situations. Right? So that's what then one can learn how my thinking goes, how I respond to the situations. Then based on the response, the reactions comes. You respond positively, then surely you'll get a good things, because Krishna sees, okay, yes, he's tolerating, he's forgiving, he's improving, he's taking responsibility. But if you blame, if you complain, if you criticize, and then if we cause trouble to others because of bad thing happened to us, then the things becomes more and more complicated, more and more difficult. So that's how now we're going to discuss. All our upcoming sessions now are going to center around how Pandavas undergo different atrocities caused by their other family members. Let us begin. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratvishe Namo. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So yeah, is the screen is visible? Are you all able to see that Veda-based screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So let's begin now. So the last week we stopped where the mother Kunti wanted to enter into the fire with her husband Pandu, but Madri requested that Pandu wanted to be with her, and then especially the mother Kunti is having a sons and all, so she should stay back. And then the Madri entered the fire. That's what we read. So be it. Mother Kunti finally left. When the boys heard of their father's death, they were struck with grief. They ran, crying, to where he lay and fell to the ground like a powerful lion rolling on the earth. Madri blessed them tearfully and told them that she would be ascending to the pyre with her husband. What do you mean by pyre? Anyone understand the meaning of the word pyre?
The Prabhu means on that. The Prabhu means that on which means they'll put their dead bodies and they'll burn Prabhu on that pile of wood Prabhu.
Yeah, yes, it's all of you have seen the final rites. So the
Prabhuji, who is Madri? Who is Madri?
Yeah, Madri is a second wife of Pandu. Okay, Kunti and Madri, they're the co-wives of Pandu. So the Madri said, "I will enter. I am going to ascend to that woods where the." And that's why you see there are different processes for the different religions also, if you observe, right? Like generally for Hindus or so, they say they burn, right? The woods are kept, the dead bodies are put around, and then again the woods, and then the fire is set up. I have seen literally with my grandmother and my uncle also, who left recently. And then for some religions, they bury the underground. For some religion, they throw the dead body to the eaten by jackals and the vultures and all. So different types of final rites are being carried out. So here the body is going to be burned. And then now let's see. But for the pure souls, body is not burned. You know what they do with the pure devotees when they depart?
Yeah, Prabhu, they actually means make samadhi, Prabhu.
Samadhi means what? Yeah, you are correct.
Yeah, Prabhu, means they'll keep the dead bodies on that. They'll put that means they'll keep that means body of that means a body of them, and then on that they'll put flowers. Then on that they'll put soil, and then they'll cover it.
So yeah, correct. We yeah. Yes.
Prabhu for like great souls means like they will keep in like a sitting position.
Yes. Like not... you have seen? You have seen? Yeah.
Prabhu is like one of the Prabhupada's leaders.
Yeah. Recently, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, who is very dear disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who left his body. So their body, because what happened for the pure souls, there is no difference between their pure existence as the spiritual body and their body. So their body is spiritualized, although they have this gross body, but that gross body is not contaminated as our gross body. Their gross body is a completely subtle body, basically get completely purified. So gross body is just an instrument for them. So they kept underground. They keep in a sitting posture, and then they put all the soil and everything, and then the samadhi has been built up. So in Vrindavan we have Srila Prabhupada Samadhi Mandir, And in Mayapur, if you go, there are many Prabhupada disciples, those who left. Even in Vrindavan also, there is a Goshala area. There are also many great souls who left their bodies. Their Samadhi Mandirs are there. So these are the final rites, the rituals. And worst case nowadays, what's happening, you know, especially in the Western world, there is a electric, what we saw, the funerals. The dead body is put through the oven, and then finally the very painful it is. Finally the what do you call that? All the soil and everything comes out. So if proper rites are not performed, then that soul is not peaceful. The soul again gets, that's why final rites, birth rites, samskaras we discussed previously also. Cultured family means samskaras. In which section we read recently about samskaras? Cultured family, cultured. That the title also we gave. Anyone remember? Yes, for Lord Krishna. Vasudev and Devaki, they were looking for Krishna's samskaras for giving him education, name giving ceremony and other things. So samskaras are important. And then final rites also. When the person leaves the body, the proper rituals need to be carried out. Even some people, they carry their final asti, they call, to the Kashi or to various places, holy places. They dip into the Ganges, and then they recite Bhagavad Gita shlokas. They invite the Vaishnavas for kirtans, and then they pray for the departed soul so that he gets a better destination. But if these rituals are not carried out, nowadays things are very unfortunate. So we have to be aware about these things. Okay. She asked her 2 sons to remain with Kunti. Who asked? Who asked her 2 sons? Who is that she?
Madri.
Yeah, Madri. Madri asked her 2 sons. What are the names of those 2 sons? Quickly.
Sahadev and
Yeah, Sahadev and Sahadev was the youngest, and one more. What is the name? No one knows else. No one else knows.
Question again.
Now, who are these 2 sons?
Yes.
Yeah, Nakula and Sahadev. So Madri asked her 2 sons, Nakula and Sahadev, to remain with Kunti and serve her steadfastly. Steadfastly means properly. You serve very nicely, caring for her. The boys were too shocked to reply. They watched as the rishis built a pyre next to the king's body. Then, while reciting mantras, placed his body upon the pyre. They asked Yudhishthir to step forward. Why Yudhishthir? Can someone say? Why they asked Yudhishthir?
Yeah, bro.
Because the elder son of Pandu.
Yeah. We are hearing a very familiar sound. How Anish Kumar Prabhu joined. Hare Krishna. How are you, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna.
Fine, Prabhuji.
We're missing you from many days. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. Because Yudhishthir was the elder. An elder son generally carries out the rituals, being elder, right? So Yudhishthir, elder son should perform. Yeah. So they asked Yudhishthir to step forward. The prince, blinded by tears, set fire to the pyre and stood back. As the flames rose, Madri folded her palms and fell upon her lord's body, holding tight as the fire consumed them both. Within minutes, both she and Pandu were gone. So what happened now when the body is burnt? Then for the soul's attachment to the body has been cut off, right? But if the body is not burnt, if these mantras and the rituals are not carried out, then the soul's attachments are not cut, then soul doesn't promote to the higher destination. Okay. So that's the science behind this carrying out the final rituals. So all the Vedic prescription order there, there's a great science. Unfortunately, this knowledge is not being known. So that's why different things are happening in the society. Yeah, please keep a mute. Manvik Prabhu, keep a mute. Yeah. Yeah. The grief-stricken Kunti then asked the rishis what she could do. So this is another good thing, right? Always consult the superiors. Follow Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Remember this triangle. Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. We should always follow. So for Kunti, now there is no husband and there is nobody around. So the sages are the amazing guide. They're the direct representatives of the Lord. So she asked the saintly people what she should do now. The rishis advised Kunti to return to Hastinapur with her boys as soon as possible, right? Because women cannot stay alone, and especially children are young, right? So they need to be cared. So Pandu was in a curse situation, and already he had been taken a plan of being in a forest, but now Pandu is no more. So Kunti should go back. So that's what the sages asked Mother Kunti to go back. They also told her they would accompany her, carrying the remains of Pandu and Madri with them. The large number of rishis, siddhas, and charanas formed a procession, walking ahead of Kunti and her sons. So you see, Mother Kunti, Pandu, and her sons are such a great personalities, right? Even the rishis and siddhas, they also thought, let us carry her also towards and there is a great procession. By their mystical powers, they all arrived at Hastinapur within a short time. Kunti then presented herself at the northern gate, and messengers ran swiftly to inform the king. Who is that king? Anyone guess? Messenger ran. Yeah. Because Pandu was supposed to be, but Pandu is not there. So Dhritarashtra was ruling. Upon hearing her arrival, Dhritarashtra, Bhishma, Satyavati, and all the other Kuru elders hurried to the gate, followed by a large number of citizens who had heard that an assembly of celestials had arrived. Everyone was struck with wonder to see the brilliant rishis surrounded by siddhas and charanas. People came out in the thousands to see those divine beings, right? So, because the personalities are great, naturally, Lord arranges all the needful things to be done for them, right? So there is one nice statement I was reading, okay? Let us see how many of you understand that meaning. So when we were born, right, when we took our birth, we were crying and the world was laughing. World was laughing means they say happy birthday to you, very nice, you are born now. So we were crying, small baby, like we were born, we were crying and the world was laughing. But we should lead our life in such a way, when we die, we should be laughing and the world should be crying. So what do you mean by this?
So you have to live like a great personality,
Yeah. So
yeah, Prabhu. Means
yeah.
like we should do such deeds that so when we come to our end, we'll feel proud of ourselves. That means I did this in the service of Krishna, and now I can happily depart to Golok Vrindavan. And but others now he was such a great personality. It's a great personality, and he guided us so much. But now he's departing.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, correct, right? So we should lead our life in such a way, right? People should feel, oh, so nice. Why he's going away? Why he should not be gone? He should remain with us. He should remain in the world. So nowadays we have to think people say, "Kab jayega ye?" Hindi they say, na? When he will go away? Because somehow people have lost the good way of conduct, behavior, dealings. So you see, Pandu was such a great personality, and his sons were also, right? All of you remember we read when one by one was getting born, what was a special thing was happening? Anyone remember what we read before? When one by one their birth was happening, Yudhishthira was born, then Bhima was born, then something special was happening at the time of their birth. Anyone remember? Yeah, correct. Jashitpur is writing. The demigod voice was heard. Demigods were speaking from the Akash, that these are the great sons. He will be like this, his name will be like this. So that's why, so nowadays, I was shocked actually, in some families what happened, when somebody dies, so there is nobody to cry for them, right? And then they hire the people. There are people, professionals, they will come and they will cry for the person who died because nobody is there to cry. And family members also have not much love for the person, and also they also don't feel much. So it's a very, very sorry figure, because the love is not there, relationships are not proper, and naturally behaviors are not good. So nobody finds much interest with living in the life properly. So one should have a great example to follow in life very, very properly, right? So you see, people were looking forward to see how nicely all this. Keep a mute. At the end, we'll take. So Dhritarashtra, along with his 100 sons, bowed before the rishis. So Dhritarashtra was born. Dhritarashtra also had got 100 sons. He was Mingate. Bhishma and the others also offered their obeisances to the sages. And after offering them seats, they sat before them on silk mats spread out on the ground. When the crowd was finally settled, Bhishma went forward and worshipped the rishis by bathing their feet and offering them arghya. So what you are able to observe when we are reading this?
Humility.
Humility. Okay, very nice. Something more? Correct.
Respect to
Giving a respect to the
Correct. Right. Offering a due respect, and especially rishis, the saintly people, right? They're carriers of the Lord. So they should be given a due respect. So anyone knows what is that Sanskrit phrase, how one should treat the guest? What is that Sanskrit phrase about treating the Atithi Devo? Atithi Devo Bhava. So, right. So Atithi means Atithi. Tithi means the scheduled time, Muhurta. Atithi means who is not scheduled but suddenly walks in. So how he should be treated? Atithi Devo Bhava. He should be treated as much as like welcoming the Lord. So at least we should follow with the proper people in the homes. Nowadays, of course, a lot of untrustworthy people are also there. But then at least for known people, surely we should give a good hospitality, welcoming. And you see, this line you will read everywhere, how the great souls were welcomed. So Bhishma went forward and worshipped the sages by bathing their feet and offering them arghya. If you remember, when Sudama also walks in, who welcomes? Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, what you heard last? What I was saying? What you heard last?
what the saying in Sanskrit.
Prabhuji, you were telling about that Atithi Devo Bhava.
Yeah, that is. I was asking, for example, Lord Sudama, how Sudama was welcomed by? Who welcomed Sudama with a great pomp and in a similar fashion, bathing his feet, offering him puja.
Prabhuji, Krishna.
Lord Krishna, right? So this thing you will find practically everywhere. How the welcome is being done. Okay. So he answered their inquiries about the kingdom's welfare, saying that everything was well. Then one of the leading rishis stood up and addressed the Kuru elders. The virtuous monarch went to the Saptashrota mountain to observe the vow of celibacy. Somehow, by the Lord's inscrutable plan and the arrangement of the gods, his 5 sons were born. So they started giving the report, all the rishis who were there. The rishis then introduced each of the Pandu sons and revealed the identities of their divine fathers. He told them how the boys had been trained in a Vedic knowledge and had grown to youthhood in the company of the rishis and the siddhas. Glancing around the large concourse of men who had assembled outside the city, the rishis said, steadily adhering to the virtue and leaving behind him these children, Pandu has ascended to the higher worlds. The chaste Madri has gone with him. Now his sons should be accepted as the kingdom's rightful heirs. What do you mean by heirs? This word heirs? Rightful heirs.
Just like
Huh? Like what? Sorry? You're muted. Yeah, heirs means you're writing in chat. Owners, yeah, correct. Now they will be given a post. We'll just complete these 2 paragraphs, then the chapter ends for today. The Rishi pointed to a buyer lying nearby, covered with a white cloth. Here are the remains of the Pandu and his wife. Perform the funeral rites and accept his sons as if they were your own. We shall now depart. So the Rishi is finally presented. Okay, these are the remains, that what we call, after the burning the woods and all, that all these remnants from that place they have brought, and they are asked to perform the funeral rites and lead these sons very properly. When the Rishi stopped speaking, he, along with all the other Rishis and celestial beings, vanished. Vanished means disappeared, because they are the mystics. In astonishment, the citizens returned to their homes. Bhishma then led Kunti and the other boys into the city and arranged for their accommodation in a royal palace. So who was Bhishma in their relationship? Now quickly can recall. Who is a Bhishma? Bhishma in relation with the Pandavas.
Grandfather, Prabhu.
How grandfather? That is famous answer. We say Pitamaha Bhishma. But how he is related? Pandu is there. Pandu is their father. Yeah. Then next.
And in relation to the Pandavas, his grandfather.
Yeah. I'm asking how it is connected. Pandu's that connection. I'm asking.
Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, can I tell? Yeah, Prabhu, with Kunti, he is having the means connection of being the father-in-law, and with the Pandavas, he is means grandfather, Prabhu.
Hey, no. You're telling same thing. I'm asking. Yeah. I'm asking personality. Yeah, okay. Yeah, tell. Who else knows? Yeah, tell.
Pandu is the son of his brother Prabhuji, Vyasadev. Both are brought the same mother. So like becomes the grandfather.
Yeah. So Vyasa, with the help of who was the first one? Ambalika. So through Ambalika, right? Through Ambalika, the Pandu was born.
He wants to see what's happening.
Sorry.
Okay. He wants to see what this is going on.
Oh, please. Hare Krishna. We have a great fortune here. Just a minute. I pause the meeting. No. So the rishis were departed, and then Bhishma arranged for their accommodation. Dhritarashtra ordered the funeral rites to be performed and declared a state of mourning in the city for 12 full days. The Kurus were distracted with grief over Pandu's loss. Pandu had been dearly loved by all the citizens, and they loudly lamented. Pandu's 5 sons, known as the Pandavas, lay on the bare ground for 12 days, giving full vent to their grief. They did not accept royal comforts or beds, and they wept along with the Kuru elders. So everyone was loving, actually. There was a great relationship they had amongst each other. So I think we'll complete these 2-3 paragraphs, and then the discussion ends. At the end of the morning period, the Kurus performed Pandu Shraddha. They distributed vast amounts of food and wealth to the Brahmins on behalf of the departed souls, right? As we said, the last rites. Then life returned to normal in Hastinapur, and Pandu's sons took their place in the royal family. So the routine started. Now something amazing going to come. We'll pause here at this time. The Vyasa's entry happens in the scene, and Vyasa gives certain warnings, and then what things takes place, and further how things changes, that are subject of the next week. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. So one of the most important lesson we noted today is about following the Vedic rituals, performing the final rites, birth rites, and another important point, leading our life in a responsible way. So that statement, who remember? One statement we said, all of you, how one should lead one's life. Anyone remembered and would like to say what was that statement? Yeah, I ask now all of you one statement. Yes. What is the meaning of that? When we
are born, the people cry.
No, not people cry. We cry.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like
Huh.
means like
Yeah.
other people like love, but
Yeah,
means like
correct.
we should live a life structures when we die, means like other people like means like they should be shared, means like
Yeah.
how can
Yeah, such a good person have left, and we should be laughing. In the sense, we should be happy, not to be feeling in a problem or difficulties. So that's why it's very much important how we are living our life. That's what we saw today. Discussion how Pandu was carrying his life. Pandavas were carrying their life. All the rishis, siddhas, charanas, everyone came to help at the crucial time. Okay. So take a note of these points, and thank you all very much for joining and giving your association. Let us end with Vaishnav Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.